So just acknowledge it if you are able to see that. Can you
Yes,
guys see
sir.
that?
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Thank you. So we will do this one more. Yeah. So let's do this one. Passage number 4. So please wait, guys. Let the time be on. In the meantime, the others will also join. Thank you. Good morning, Nikit. Are you a new student? Nikit Jaswani. Nikit, good morning. Are you a new student? Guys, is there a student with a name? Can you please just unmute your mic and respond if you are able to do so? Would like to hear your voice, and of course, we want to know where you finished your class 10 as well. There might be some network issues, you just left it. Is there a student with the same name, guys? Nikit, either from Amartya or Chanakya? Yes, guys. Shall we just wait for a couple of minutes more? Because I'm able to see the strength to be very scanty. So in the meantime, you just try to go through that passage and try to identify which important areas you would like to understand. You'd like to underscore or underline. You better do that, okay? So virtually, in the mind, you just think that, okay, these must be underlined, these must be underlined. Just form an opinion. See, Chanakyan students, I know that we left one of the passages in the middle. As you are merged with the other students from Amartya, I'm not going to take it up for the discussion because it was already done with them. So we are going to have a new one. I hope you got my point, Chanakyan students. We will just finish it off later on. When we have a separate class, we will finish it off. We need to have one more class that we will plan, because in the last class, that is day before yesterday, actually it was my fault to send a wrong link. In fact, there was a glitch, so I thought I sent the wrong right link, but later I realized it was a wrong link. And so by the time I realized it was high time. And please accept my apologies for the same, Chanakyan students, for the wrong link that was shared with you day before yesterday. And with that note, let's find some mutually agreed time to compensate that class, because time is so very precious, not only to me, but also to you. So I should not waste the precious time of the class. And it was my fault, and I should admit it. We will just find some time mutually agreed one to compensate that class. Are we clear? Can somebody please acknowledge from Chanakya? Chanakya.
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you. And there were some very, very nice students who were on the move to inform me about that one. So I must thank them as well. Thank you guys for just, being alert and being responsible towards the subject. With that note, let's enter this class. So we will be just applying same formula, guys, same tips and techniques. We will be just practically implementing them. Hopefully you remember all the 5. Number 1, we will be following whatever the approach with which we are comfortable, conservative or bottom up. And the second one, we will not be moving our lips, we will be just underlining, whatever which we think is important, like examples, names of the places, numbers, unfamiliar words or expressions, etc. Okay, any reasons, something like that, whichever you think is important should be underlined. But in the digital scenario like this, we will be either highlighting them or underlining them using different tools, which we have done earlier. Hopefully everybody remembers that one. And next comes the third point. The third point is that we will not move our lips while reading the passage, but that I can't practically do it now because I need to read it out for you guys. So in the actual scenario, you guys can just implement that one. Okay. Now the next one, of course, the elimination process. If you think that some of the options given are surely not the right ones, apt ones, then just eliminate them, remove them, and don't consider them. Instead, stick to the other options. So elimination method. This we tried it, if you remember. Now next and the last point, if at all there is any picture information, you need to pay more attention to that as well. I hope Amartyan students remember it very well. Can I have the acknowledgement? How important to notice the picture information? Because we already did one passage where we had picture information and it came out nicely. Hopefully Amartyan students remember that clearly and must have realized the importance of it. Can I have the acknowledgement? Amartyan students.
Sir,
I was
Yes,
talking
sir.
about the importance of the fifth one. Fifth
not
point, that was paying more attention to the picture information, if at all there is any, back in the passage. You must have
yes,
realized. Yeah. So, because of two strong reasons, we need to give more importance to picture information as well. You should not take them lightly. Number one, that picture, understanding the picture information will will make you better understand the given passage as well. And number two, more important thing is that there will be some questions which will be based only on the given picture information. So you should be mindful of that as well. For these two strong reasons, if at all there is any picture information, you must pay attention to that as well. For example, some information like this in maybe I can say pie chart, or some information like this in bar chart, or maybe some information like this in line graph. You need to understand that as well, please. And that's what I meant. Now, Chanakyan students, we will do one picture information passage also, but in the next class. As I've already done one with Amartyan students, we will just stick to one more different passage where we have factual ones. Okay, so I've chosen fourth one in order to just make the class common. I'm just going to take the fourth passage. It's a factual passage. You have all the facts and figures in it. Okay, right. Hope everybody is able to see the fourth passage. Can you all see that on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Now let's do it. Okay, so first point, I'm comfortable with conservative, so I'll be moving with that only, and I'll be just underlining as and when I feel something is important. And then of course elimination method would be there while doing the questions, and I just can't execute the other point, that is moving without, sorry, reading without lips. And the last one, there is no picture information, so I can't even show you practically how I can implement the fifth point. Now let's see this. On August 12, after 16 days of exciting athletic competition at the 2012 Summer Olympics, something very important, the final medal count is in. When all was said and done, Team USA ended up with the whole of 104 Olympic medals. All right, 104 Olympic medals. The entire count for all the countries was at 962. This is a factual passage, different from the previous types of passages. Okay, the 2012 Olympic closing ceremony was an explosion of lights, fireworks, and technical marvels, infused with live performance with, live performance by Great Britain's best known musical artists. So all were there. It was one of the greatest after parties of all time, and the perfect end to perfect summer games. So one of the greatest it was. That means closing ceremony. And it was termed as the perfect way of ending the perfect games, perfect way to end the games, like perfect summer games. Excuse me, somebody is seeking permission. Let me just admit them. Now coming back to this one. On day 16, the final day of competition. Okay, day 16 is the final day of competition. The United States, the United States jumped to the biggest lead. Okay, when was it jumped to the biggest lead? On the final day, that is day 16. In medal count, against powerhouse China. Powerhouse China on August 12. Okay, fine. Team USA earned 2 medals, both gold. How many? 2. 2 more medals, both gold. But China did not win any on the final day. Not win any on the final day. Who? China. Okay. The United States has won 104 medals and 46 gold medals. China climbed 87 total medals and 38 gold ones. So it includes gold ones also, but they have made a separate mention. Overall, United States lead the 2000 Olympics. Who led? United States. Okay, fine. By 17 medals over the nearest competitor. So the difference is 17 medals. At the end of the closing ceremony, the Olympic flag was passed to the next Summer Olympics. So at the end of the closing ceremony, when was it done? Has it done anything like this earlier, Aditya Gupta? Can I have the confirmation from his classmates, like playing the music? Has it done anything like this?
It was not the Gupta.
It
was Pavan. There's someone for class.
I was not there.
No. It was Aditya Gupta who has just left after playing the music class.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. It will be someone else.
Not Aditya Gupta.
Sir, it was
Someone
Aditya
used
Gupta
his
only.
name.
I have spotted.
Washish, please come again.
It was Aditya Gupta only. I have spotted him.
Yeah. As soon as the music playing, I just came back to the Meet window and I could see him being on unmute. And while I was just observing that one, he left that. I was about to ask him only why he was doing so. Yes, Sanjana, please go ahead. What was the concern?
Sir, it must be someone else with his name.
No. Yeah, see, it must be someone else. What I'm trying to ask you is a user with the name Aditya Gupta. Okay? Let's see. Has something like this happened earlier? In the recent past, in any class?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Sir,
Oh, Binod Khatri. Okay,
Yes,
Binod
sir.
Khatri. Who is this?
Yes, sir.
Is there a student with the name Binod Khatri?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir, that
No,
person
sir.
only came
Not
again
in
with
Andhra.
name change.
Okay, fine. So it is very clear that somebody is sharing the class link with the outsiders. Now, if at all that guy is found, surely you will have to pay a very heavy price. Please bear that in your mind. I don't want to waste the precious time of the class right now. And I'm a guy who cannot tolerate these kind of things because I give extreme importance to the time of me and of course of the students. So please just bear that in your mind. You might have been so very naughty. I don't mind if it is personal, if it is private. When you are in the class, you must behave yourself. Please understand that one. I have no idea who has shared the link of the class with the outsiders. If they are found, you need to face the heat. Do not forget that one. And please do remember that. Now coming back to the class, and I will also make sure that if at all there are any students with a different name or some kind of name will join,
Sir?
I'll make sure that I'll not let them in. Yes, Parth, go ahead.
Sir, actually, what these students do, they actually join with their name, and after joining, they change their name and join and mischievous.
Oh, so this is also happening then. So I'm not completely wrong then. I have let the students in with the names that I know, feeling that They are the part of the class. So later on, they just change their names original to their original names, and doing the mischievous things like this and leaving the class. Okay, I got the point. Thank you for the information part. Now let's come back to our class. So when was that happened actually like this? In the today or in yesterday, or when was it happened like this?
Sir, 2-3 weeks ago in economic
Mhm.
class.
Okay, okay,
Sir, in
okay.
accounts also.
In accountancy also. Okay, fine, fine, good. Okay, fine, guys. So those guys who are sharing the link with the others, please just bear that in your mind. Okay, it's not about
So it
any
might not be that people are sharing the link. It can also be that people
hack.
themselves are doing this.
No, there can be chances of hacking as well, but through Google Meet, hacking is highly impossible for normal people. Number one. Number two, till the time they have the access to the domain, they can't enter the class as well. Okay, because these are all domain based ones, not the general ones of something that is free of cost. So that is why I'm pretty sure that the link must have been shared with the outsiders. Ritika,
Yes,
for your
sir.
kind information. Okay. So yeah, we've had these kind of experiences, but very few in number earlier. So we are pretty sure about the level of security as far as Google Meet is concerned. Zoom can be accessed very easily, but Google Meet cannot be. It's impossible for normal people until and unless they are professional hackers or someone like that. Right. Let's see
Sir,
what it.
link is being sent, sir. This is case of link sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very clear because we know that, right? We're handling online classes for more than 1.5 years. That is the reason why I'm pretty sure about this one. So link must have been shared with the outsiders. Please make sure that those guys who are doing that one should stop this. We will be able to find that as well. If if not now, next time also. Let's see. Okay, coming back to our class, please. We are not here to discuss all that nonsense, but something worthwhile. Coming back to the class. At the end of the closing ceremony, the Olympic flag was passed to at the end of the closing ceremony. Okay, passed it to the next Summer Olympic host country, that is Brazil. Next Summer Olympics host. Which country was it? Brazil. Okay. Let me just underline that one. In anticipation of the 2016 Summer Games, where in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, fine. During the closing ceremony, Great Britain's Olympic organizer thanked the thousands of volunteers and athletes for making the 2012 London Olympics. London Olympics. Okay, so it happened in London then. Olympic Summer Games to remember. Okay, to remember. Fine. The London Olympics. One moment. Let me just highlight the reason also. The London Olympic Games were marked by moments of heroism. So how are they remembered? By heroism and heartbreak. But for 17 days, it was magical time. For 17 days, it lasted. It's clear. It was magical time when different countries united as one to celebrate the world's best athletes and the spirit of competition. Okay, so we are done with the highlighting part or underlining part as well. Were you able to follow me? Is everything clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Let's do the task. For how many days was the athletic competition was held at 2012 Olympics? For how many days were the athletic competition? Something very important, I feel, was held at 2012 Olympics. See, actually, we have an evidence that it is 17 days. And earlier also, we just had one more reference, something around 16, right? Somewhere. After 16 days of athletic competition. So, if you are not pretty clear about the question, you may end up in choosing the wrong option, that is 17 days. It's a clear mention here. After 16 days of exciting athletic competition. That means for how many days was there the athletic competition? 16 or 17?
60.
Absolutely 16. But if you do not understand the key word of the question, you may end up in choosing a wrong pick. Isn't there a possibility? Isn't there a possibility of choosing the wrong option if you have not paid due attention to the given question? Isn't there a possibility of choosing the wrong answer? That is 17. Yes or no? Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Please just take an active part, everybody. Both the sections. Now, Team USA end up winning how many Olympic medals? Team USA ended up winning how many? Let's see. I think we underlined it somewhere. Okay, 104 has won 104 medals, and among the 104, 46 are gold medals. But while China, 87 in total, and in 87, 38 gold medals. So we need only USA. So 104. Where is it? Yeah, 104 medals. If you are not able to understand this point clearly, what happens? You merge 104 plus 46. Okay? See? And then that becomes what? 104 plus 46, 150. So probably if there is 150 somewhere here, that might have confused you. Luckily, there isn't any such option, right? So questions can be tricky. Please be very clear about the questions. And forget not that in any subject, anytime, anywhere, if you want to give an effective answer, a correct one, and that too quickly, you must first understand the question completely. Okay? So fine then. How many total medals did China climb? I think it was there 87,
87,
right?
sir. 87.
That's good, 87. Now, where is 87? Yeah, it's here. 87. Fine. Now, the word halls in paragraph 1 means, yeah, it was there. A hall of somewhere. Can you just spot it out? Yeah, in the second line. Perfect. So, Team USA ended up with the hall of, probably it is giving a meaning called total. Did you not feel that?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see if something is there related to that one or closer to that one. Halls.
Game.
I think game will be a better choice because others will not fit. If you just place that pain, difficult, impossible, let's substitute them. Team USA ended up with a pain of no, something very ridiculous. Team USA ended up with a difficulty of, it doesn't fit here. Team USA ended up with an impossible only, right? Given. Now, nothing will fit. Here it is a better option to go ahead with gain. Team USA ended up with a gain of 104 medals. So, what is the better option available here?
Again.
Gain, sir.
Yeah, fine. Right. Next one, please. Oh, am I using red color? Sorry. Let me just use that one. Okay. No, just forget about that one. Okay. We are not here to do anything as such. So competitor in para 2 means friend, enemy, contestant, brother. Paragraph 2. Competitor, paragraph 2. Nearest friend, nearest brother, nearest enemy, nearest contestant. What?
Contestant.
I think nearest contestant, competitor, Yeah, nearest enemy will not fit here. So we can go ahead with nearest contestant. Because China took an active part in the competition and came nearer to the USA. So it's been contested. Hopefully we are clear so far. Any doubts to anybody? Are we clear so far? Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, let's move ahead. Why was the 16th day of the Olympics lucky for USA? 16th day, okay, lucky for the USA. I remember I just underlined that as well, I feel. There. On day 16, the final day of competition, that is 16th day only. How was the USA lucky? It jumped to its biggest lead in medal count against China. And that was happened on 12th August. Okay, that was the reason. Biggest lead. So USA earned 2 more gold medals. China claimed no, it is not the closing ceremony was full of none of the above. I think the second option, right? Because Team USA earned 2 more medals, both gold. But they did not win anything on that day. China, I mean. So what is the right option, guys?
B1.
Absolutely. USA earned 2 more gold medals. That's great. Next one. Who was the ultimate winner of the London Olympics 2012? You don't have to go back to passage. Which option is right?
USA.
The USA.
Of course, USA. Just a moment, please. There you are. You don't have to go back because there are lots of evidences. In fact, see, this is the one I can say. Yeah. Overall, the United States lead the 2012 Olympic medal count by 17 medals over its nearest competitor. This makes the point clear that whose day was it? It was the day of the USA. It was the attraction. Now, with how many medals did USA won over China?
7.
Luckily, we just,
17.
17 medals only. Luckily, we discussed the same spot where we had the answer for the next question, So here it is. How many medals? 17.
17.
That's great. Okay. Fine. Next one, please. Where were the 2012 Summer Olympics held?
London.
New Delhi, London, Paris, Beijing. Where?
So London. B.
London, of course, because here is the evidence. Yeah, the London Olympic Games were marked. That means it was held in London. So we will just underline that one, London. Fine. Next one, please. Which country was decided as the host of 2016 Olympics?
Brazil.
I think Brazil. We just underlined that one as well. Where is it? Can you spot it out? Somewhere here.
Third paragraph,
Third.
second line.
Yeah, that's great. Brazil, in anticipation of the 2016 Summer Games in Rio de Janeiro. So, Brazil is the answer. Fine, that's great. Now see, you might have found the answers and could have just finished off the passage. But what has made you to finish it off on a quicker note? Underlining. And that has even just made the points very clearer to your mind because it got the things registered double-fold when you were underlining or highlighting them. So do not underestimate the power of underlining or highlighting. Please do implement this. As and when you see any unknown expressions or words, unfamiliar ones, that means that are not known to you. Names of the places, years and names, some numbers, figures, examples, reasons, anything that you think is important should be underlined. Are we clear? Are we clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is how you need to do it. Now we will be having one more class, guys. So to wrap it up, in the meantime, I have something very, very important for you guys. Extremely important thing. Let me just show that to you. Okay. Just give me a moment, please. Do not leave the session. We have not yet done. Okay. Just a moment. Okay, guys, see, let me just stop presenting that one and start presenting the whole screen so that I can just explain that more clearly. Okay. Just give me a moment, please. Yeah, it's all about the syllabus, term-wise, and the, all that. Just a moment, where is it? Yeah. Okay, now I got it. Please just acknowledge, guys, once you are able to see this. Whole screen. Can you see the laptop screen, please?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Thank you. Now see. So, as we were expecting some massive changes from the board, we have been notified by them. This time we are going to have the syllabus term-wise. Anyhow, the clear-cut picture will be given in due time. It's not something entirely different, but it is something that we discuss, in installments. So for the first term that lasts till the month of November, we'll be just discussing some part of the syllabus, and once we are done with that examination, we'll be discussing with the other one. Okay, but if the institution comes up with the idea of proceeding with the same pattern as previous years, that is also possible. As I feel the need of keeping you updated regarding the recent changes, I have just shown this to you. Okay, reading comprehension will be there in both the terms. That means, so we have 2 sessions, let's say from now to till the month of November or December 1, and from there on to till the month of March or April, one more. So that is known as term 2. So under term 1, we need to discuss these. Okay, somebody is seeking permission. Who is this? Arjuna here. Was he not there earlier in the class?
No,
No
sir.
idea. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, here you are. So we need to discuss this one, which is there even for term 2 as well. I told you, reading comprehension will be very important. But along with that one, you will be having, of course, note making and summarizing. So we are not going to discuss that right now, which comes under reading skills, as stated earlier. Now you have some short writing tasks to be discussed. And of course, letter writing, and then speech. As far as grammar is concerned, determiners, tenses, and reordering of sentences will be there. Okay. Then when it comes to literature, we have the lessons, the portrait of a lady, a photograph of the poem. Then the second lesson, we are not afraid to die even, if we can all be together. Then discovering that, very interesting lesson. The laburnum top, very boring poem. Landscape of the school. So only a few can like this. Okay, I must say this. Please understand.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
sir, the unit test and all that we're gonna have There will be of 80 marks of like half of it.
See, we have that clarity. It will be certainly for 80 marks. Certainly for 80 marks. Okay? We have that clarity. I've just gotten the clarity from the institutional authorities. I don't know much about the other subject teachers, whether they've gotten that clarity, but I've gotten the clarity. As of now, it is very clear that we will be having the unit tests or terminal tests, everything for 80 marks. Of course, it is there for just 40 marks, but we will be having it for 80 marks. I'll let you know everything. Don't worry. The blueprint, the syllabus.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right. So you will have an internal assessment in the form of ASL for 10 marks. Okay. When we are just putting the examination for 80 marks, it will be for 20 marks. I'll let you know what will be considered in that as well. Okay. So this is about some recent update from the board CBSE. Actually, if we are not strictly able to implement this for XYZ reasons, certainly for your betterment, we must do that next year because it's already given and we are implementing. We are going to start implementing for your seniors. They do have term-wise syllabus as well. As you know, they are going to have board examination in the month of November this year for 40 marks. And in the month of March or April, one more board examination will be there for another 40 marks. Is it clear? So they are going to have two board examinations, one in the month of, anywhere in the months of November and December, and the second one is in the months of, anywhere in the months of March and April. So please keep yourself updated about this one because this is what going to happen for you as well next year. If we are not able to do that for any reason this year. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. The next thing that I wanted to show to you is guidelines. Okay. So something very, very important, guys. Here you are, guidelines. Now, if you see, let's first talk about English only. I don't want to talk about the other subjects where we have the practicals and internal assessment for 20 marks. So just a moment, where has it gone? Speaking skills, here we are. All languages, subjects with assessments of listening and speaking skills. I told there will be a section of 10 marks called ASL, assessment of speaking and listening skills. It stands for assessment of speaking and listening skills. So in term 1, we will be looking at the scope of having in-person assessment. It will be tested for 10 marks. And that is by the internal examiner. That means me, the respective subject teacher. And the next one, if this is not possible, for example, for any reason, especially COVID, if it remains closed, and that will be done online by the internal examiner only. That is me. I'll let you know. Don't worry. It will be very simple only. All we need from you is some active participation and use of common sense and little courage. That's it. And in the term 2, this is scenario 1. If this is feasible, looks practical, we will go ahead with this one, offline mode. If that is not feasible, by that time we will go online. But in both the scenarios, it will be the respective subject teacher who will assess you, how you speak, how you listen. I mean, assessment of speaking and listening skills for 10 marks. I'll let you know, don't worry. Okay, we'll have due practice also, don't worry. Now in the term 2, that is in the month of, if at all we implement that one, if at all that is not implemented, even then we know what we will be doing and we will let you know and give you the due time to prepare and all. Okay, don't worry. So in term 2, there will be a project and Viva based on the project will be jointly done. Please just don't forget that external examiner and internal examiner will be there. That means Somebody will come from the other school as well. And I will also be there. Okay. And then projects can be in the form of a neighborhood survey or role play performance. So those kind of projects will be there. I'll let you know. I'll make it as simple as possible. If scenario allows, offline mode will be there. If scenario doesn't allow, online mode will be there. Same thing. And we both, the internal examiner and the external examiner from the other school, will conduct it online as well. And you need to submit the project report, which will be considered for 5 marks, and you will be tested orally. That means oral questioning will be there on the project, which will also be for 5 marks. Is that clear? I'll tell you what projects you need to do. Like, simple role play can be done, or some kind of survey could be done. We will come up with the different ideas, okay, that cannot put you in danger, that cannot make you lose your heart. Don't worry about them, but we have a lot of time. Don't worry. We will discuss them detailedly. For the time being, just know that this would be the scenario. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And you must actually, thank you for the acknowledgement. And you must actually make yourself feel practiced about that one. Otherwise, you need to face the heat straight away back in class 12. If you have some practice here and get yourself habituated to this kind of policy, this kind of procedure, it will always be a nice idea. Isn't it? Won't it be?
Yes, sir.
See, instead of straight away, without any previous experience, without any previous experience straight away back in the board examinations, if at all you have some practice earlier, well, that will be definitely a better choice. What do you feel about it? Good. Nice response. There's no response. Okay. So that's what I felt, and we will see how the institution instructs us to proceed, all that. That will be made clear to you. Okay. Now, guys, that's about for my subject. Okay. Now, the other respective subject teachers will also discuss the same. See, look at the attendance, pathetic. I could see somewhere around 30, now 24. And in 24, I'm 1. That means 23. See, pathetic attendance by the time. Do you have a Saturday phobia? Well, Monday phobia, Saturday phobia? I don't understand this point actually. Now, please do not leave. It is not showing me the option. As you know, let me just present the screen. See, somebody has left. Please do not leave. Let me show that to you, that it is not showing the option to take the attendance. Can you all see? There's no option to take the attendance here. There's no option. Now, please do not leave. Do not leave. Let me join back in 10 seconds by refreshing it. Please do not leave. Okay, everyone, I've just joined back. Well, now if you can see, I think you are able to see the laptop screen. Now let me show that to you. I don't know what's really going wrong with that one. See, it appears now. Can you all see that?
Yes, sir.
So this is the reason why I just had to refresh and join back. Please understand that one. Let me take the attendance. Well, in the meantime, if at all you have any concerns, you please raise them. Now, guys, Chanakyan students, we will be having an extra class to compensate that one. Please tell me your convenient time. Can we have it on weekends? On Sunday? Sunday? Maybe 10 o'clock or 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'll not take more than 45 minutes, for sure. Please let us know which is your convenient time. Chanakyan students.
Sir, can we have it like we have it today only like morning 8:30 or something like we have school things?
On the working days, you mean? On working days.
No, sir, even if we take tomorrow on Sunday.
I doubt there has been a practice for your kind information, especially here. I'm able to see that they just get up very late in the morning if it is a holiday. That is the reason why I'm just
Yes, sir.
yeah, preferring that one to be on to be somewhere after 9:30. Is 10 o'clock okay? Will 10 o'clock be okay or 9:30?
Yes,
No, I don't have any objection to have it.
So if we take today only,
sir, but not earlier than that.
I know. I have the previous experiences. So 10 o'clock will be fine. Is 10 o'clock fine? Yes or no? Do one thing. Leave that in the chat box. Chanakyan students, leave that in the chat box. Your preferable time and leave the session. After leaving that in the chat box. Amartyan students, you can straight away leave. Amartyan students, you can straight away leave. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Have a good day
Thank you,
ahead.
sir.
And Chanakyan students, leave your preferable time in the chat box and then leave the session. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead, please.
sir, I need to ask, can you just give me later on reply when we'll be getting 10th results?
Yeah,
Because sir, whenever we are going on website, it is showing that you need to get results via your roll number, and we don't have a roll number, sir.
well, Parth, actually, for your kind information, by the end of this month, at any cost, you'll get the result, okay? Number one, because our school has already prepared and sent the result of 10th class and even 12th class as well. So those schools who have prepared and sent the result of classes 10 and 12 will be released. And those schools who could not actually send the result of those two classes will be released later on as per the CBSE instructions and guidelines. So you will be able to get the result by 31st July. Okay, I'm pretty sure. If for any reason gets late, it will not be more than 4 or 5 days. And for your roll numbers, the school will help you out by the time of at the time of releasing the result. Okay, don't worry about it. Is
Sir,
it clear, Parth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you
excuse
then.
me, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead with Kash.
Sir, what about my recapitulation classes which you had planned on Sunday?
Yes. After finishing this class, we will plan it. Okay,
Okay.
one, and not only you, but also I'll instruct through class WhatsApp those who could not join for XYZ reasons. For the finished portion, they can join during that time. So after finishing this class, we will have it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right, Utkarsh. Sir, actually, I need to leave tomorrow at 10 a.m. for some important work, so that is why I won't be able to join at 10 a.m. Okay, fine. Paridhi, no issues. You just try to just join the class. You don't have to take any part. You try to listen to the class. That's it. And I'll not ask you to respond as well.
Yes,
Will
sir.
that be
Actually,
fine?
sir, I'll try my best. The only thing will be if the internet is unstable. Otherwise, I'll try to
Yeah,
join.
yeah, I know. When we are traveling or when we are going somewhere,
so
I
can
can
we take the
understand that there
class
will
today
be.
only?
Yes, Mohit.
So can we take the class today itself
At what time? You mean?
at 3 or 4, whenever you are?
But the problem with the students is they are preoccupied, Mohit. I know that the afternoon session, that means after school hours, the students got engaged with the other activities, maybe tuitions, karate classes, music classes, dance classes, etc. in the afternoon, tuitions also. So I should not disturb their regular schedule just because of this one. So if it is in the forenoon session, anyhow, that session must not be preoccupied by any other activities except the school subjects, right? So I thought of having it only in the forenoon session. You get my point, Mohit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I should think about the convenience of others also, as far as possible when we have a choice, right? Yes, please leave out your preferable time in the chat box and leave the session, Chanakyan students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, guys.